Good morning, welcome back to the channel. A bit of an early start today. Yeah, heading up to Horsforth to meet up with a couple of guys to head out for a pre-work spin. Something that we're trying to make kind of semi-regular this year. Yeah, not working in an office and working from home, I kind of miss that commute. And so yeah, it's good to kind of get out midweek, kind of get some volume in. Yeah, I'm on the new bike today, or the Vitus Substance CRX. Had this for a couple of weeks, so later in today's video I'll kind of give you a rundown, I kind of like my first thoughts, and tell you a little bit more about it. So yeah, coming down there, lost my sunglasses out the back of my helmet. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to climb back up the Coward Cap. It's one of the toughest climbs around here. Let's go and see if I can find them. I've probably been run over as well. Oh mate, that's too many glasses in too many weeks, that.
Mark on the chapter 5. No, another mark.
Another.
How many double figures, yeah?
So here is my Substance CRX 1, which Vitus are marketing as an adventure road bike, but I guess you could also call it a gravel bike or a kind of like all-road bike. So this bike comes with a complete carbon frame, a SRAM Force 1x group set, and as you can see I've currently got it set up for the road. So I've got 700cc wheels on with 30mm tyres. However, it did come with prime or 650B wheels and 47mm tyres from WTB. So I've only had the bike for about 10 days, 2 weeks or so. I've only ever ridden it in this kind of road setup, so I've not yet taken it off-road with the 650B wheels. So I'm only going to really talk about the bike, how I've used it so far as a kind of winter endurance bike. Based on that, my initial impressions are pretty good. It's like, yeah, I've really enjoyed all the rides that I've done so far on it, and had, yeah, pretty much no problems at all. I've taken it on a few kind of longer rides, so yeah, over 100 kilometers or so, and yeah, even 4 hours into a ride, it still felt pretty comfortable. I guess that's because of the kind of relaxed geometry that it has on this bike. I think the thing that has surprised me most about the Substance CRX1 is how light it is. Set up as a road bike, it clocks in at 8.6 kilos, which is just a couple of 100 grams more than my Vitus Evo. So gearing wise, it came with an 1146. However, I've currently got it set up with an 1132 on the rear. It hasn't been too bad, despite being my lowest gear being 4232, which is equivalent to running a 3628. And so, yeah, some of the steeper hills have been a bit of a grind, and potentially maybe if you're running this through the winter as a winter bike, you might want to look at maybe getting a 34 or 36 on the back, just to give you a little bit more options. At the other end of the spectrum, so 4211, I've heard many people complaining or saying how you kind of spin out on the flat at that ratio. I've not quite noticed that myself. yeah, you do kind of have to increase your cadence quite a bit. So like at 50k an hour or so, I've kind of noticed it starting to spin out a bit, and yeah, well, more the fact that I haven't got the leg speed to be able to kind of keep on top of that gear. But how often are you going to be going 50k plus in the winter? For most people, I'd say 40 to 11 is more than enough. So this is the first time I've run SRAM on a bike, and yeah, it's taken me a little bit of time to get used to. The shifting system's called double tap, which is slightly different to Shimano, where you change gear with just the one paddle. It's taken me a bit of time to get used to that. Sometimes I've been hitting the brake lever trying to chip down. As I said, I've only kind of ridden this bike on the road so far in this setup as you see it, and so far so good. I definitely would recommend it as a winter bike. I think it's brilliant with all the kind of mounts and stuff. I think it'll also be great for kind of touring, really comfortable. Surprisingly light. So once the kind of trails around here have dried out, I'll take the bike off-road and give you my thoughts and impressions of how it handles the trails. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.